Welcome back, folks. We are at it again with another wonderful, stupendous, spectacular 14. Give me more of them. Whatever that TikTok is. Of the PickFu podcast, the PickFu live stream with me, John Aspinall, where we're talking about everything. You could be A/B testing, getting consumer insights, research, testing before you're investing. Got to be in the know. Got to know what's going on. So, flavor of today, we're talking about AI. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of attending the ASGTG AI summer event. Spectacular. Give me 14 of them. I don't know why it's stuck in my head. But the topic there was using AI. Everything was AI. So it was, custom GPTs. It was Perplexity. It was tools I haven't even heard of before. It's streamlining your efforts into AI where you don't have to do things manually. Right? Ritu Java was talking about Google App Scripts. I didn't even know that was a thing. And how you can do the same things like Zapier and Make.com can do with Google for free. Blew my mind. But inspired this live stream topic. I'm kidding, it didn't because it was pre-planned. You're going to say, John, this was pre-planned. It didn't inspire you. But it did. For the sake of this video, it did. But what I want to talk about today is building products with Amazon, with AI, not with Amazon, for Amazon, with AI. There's a lot of things you can do, right? You can go to something, and I'm going to share my screen in a second, but you can go to something like ChatGPT. You could type in a bunch of prompts. I'm going to run through that. It's going to give you okay stuff, but is it going to give you the down and dirty that you need to know about your product and about who your ICP is and avatar? Probably not. There's other tools out there. And drop some questions. Drop some questions while I'm sitting here playing with some AI tools. But let me share my screen. And we're going to take a look over here. Share my screen. You would think I know how to share my screen by now, but I don't. Okay. So let's take a look at this, right? So there's a reason I'm at Perplexity. Perplexity, if you guys don't know, is, and this is going to be very heavily AI of a stream. There's still PickFu in there. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. If you're wondering, John, where's the PickFu? It'll be there. But I really want to give you guys some interesting information because when you go to something like a ChatGPT, right? And let's say I want to make a new chat, right? Let's say I want to talk about, I want to create a brand of creatine gummies to sell on Amazon. Make one for me. That's it. It's not going to give you, it's going to give you decent stuff. It's going to give you a brand name, a tagline, a mission statement, formulation, right? Alternative sweeteners, vitamin C, formulation, label, marketing strategy. But it's not going to tell you what you really need to know. So here's building on an example listing for you. So this is good, but it's not the good, better, best. It's not best. It's going down and it's doing this kind of stuff. Now, if I go into something like, because it's based off its knowledge base, right? Yeah, I can share some PDFs inside the knowledge base, and that can work. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger so you guys can see. Yeah, that's better. But something like, and let's go to Claude, for example, with that same prompt, right? So you can see I have a million AI tools. So Claude, for example, let's say I go here, and we're using Sonnet 3.5 Sonnet, which is their newest, fastest, best one. So you're going to see the differences between the two, from ChatGPT and Claude. So you notice how ChatGPT gives you the tagline, the formulation, the packaging, but it's not giving you the why, right? If I go back to Claude, it didn't give me really anything. Claude is not meant for this. Claude is really meant for long form writing, just any kind of writing. If you're writing a newsletter or a blog post, an SOP, that's where you'd want to go to Claude for. But ChatGPT did a little bit of a better job, right? So now if I go, I'm going to give Perplexity a prompt right now. It's going to be a little bit different than this, but I want to show you why. So if I go here, and let's say I want to make a new chat, and I'll say, make one for me, check the top 10 sellers on Amazon for this, and create mine to be better, and tell me why it's better. I don't think it's going to be able to do this. Fun fact, OpenAI is releasing Search GPT to actually compete with Perplexity. So top creatine gummies in the market. Okay, so it was able to check, but this is based on, they're actually doing some, they're competing with Perplexity a little bit because they're putting them the sources in here. But you see, this didn't check Amazon. This checked other sites and sources. It's not telling me who my avatar should be. It's not telling me flavor profiles. It's giving me like 50% of the way there. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this to Perplexity, the same prompt over here in Perplexity. And I'm going to give it that. You want to have Perplexity, I can't say that, Perplexity. You want to have Perplexity Pro. It's $20 a month. Just, it seems to be the number for a lot of these tools, $20 a month. Well worth it. Perplexity is on its way to replace Google, in my opinion. So you see it's searching. We can look at the history over here. It's reading Amazon. It's reading other news sites. It's reading more Amazon, analyzing, designing it, improving upon the top competitors. Explain how it's designed, how it's actually going to beat the competitors. Okay. So now, here are the top competitors. Now, Swoley, Bare Balance, True Pretty, Swoley, Bare Balance. So it got 2 of them out of the 3 and create. So it got the 3 out of the 3 over here, but Perplexity went further. It's telling me the key features of the top sellers, and ChatGPT is not. Well, it's in key features over here, but watch this, right? So create a superior product, max creatine, key features, all this information, enhanced formula. So if I go over here, when it's saying formula, it's not giving me the formula. It's not giving me that information I need to know. I need to know this. I need to know why it's better. Dietary considerations, flavor. We're going to improve on flavor in a second, because right now this is not good enough because it's saying mixed berry, lemon, and tropical fruit. Eco-friendly packaging, USPs, unique selling points or props, vegan-free, multiple flavors, and then marketing strategy and all that kind of good stuff. We're going to give it a follow-up, and we're going to say, my ICP for this brand is a woman in her 30s to 40s, 30s to 40s, who is who is serious into fitness, and has an income of $45,000 per year. So now I've told Perplexity who my ICP is, and now it's going to look on multiple different sources from Reddit, Gym Desk, female fitness systems. It's going to go onto YouTube. It's going to crawl all these different things. Key product features that appeal to the profile, understanding my profile, competitors that are affecting the profile. So here it's based on this, right? Dietary considerations, mixed berry. Okay. So what are the unique flavor profiles that fit my ICP? Build me packaging, brand colors, and yeah, packaging and brand colors. this is all that. So you could see down here, once I gave it the ICP, the targeted formula changed a little bit because, and it's saying why. Magnesium addresses specific needs of women in their 30s and 40s who require more support for muscle recovery. By vegan free, it's a broad audience. Okay, cool. So let's go down here. So unique flavor profiles. So based on the preferences and trends, this is what we would do, right? So you can see very clearly peach lavender, watermelon mint, lychee rose, packaging design. So visual design, it's giving all this here, shape, brand colors. So then it's giving me brand colors, but then telling me why these brand colors. So purple represents creativity, wisdom, and a sense of calm. Secondary colors, green, white, accent colors, example packaging, right? All this other kind of good stuff. And then it goes into the Amazon marketing strategy. Now, the cool thing is I can take this and I could say, this is good. Give me a prompt to give ChatGPT or Midjourney to create the packaging and design that you are speaking about. Because now I want it to give me the prompt to give the other tool, because Perplexity doesn't do well with generating images. I don't think it does at all. So now here's the prompt, right? This is not really a prompt, but we're going to take it and see what we can do, right? So let's go with this. And we're going to go back to ChatGPT, create a new chat over here. I want you to build me the product packaging for the creatine gummy I am creating. I will give you the description and you will confirm you understand. The reason I say that, after every prompt that you give AI, you want to say, I'm going to give you this and you will confirm you understand. Because if you don't do that, it may hallucinate a little bit more. So, okay, it understands. So I'm going to give it this mega prompt. So it's going to give the understanding. Keep going. Confirmed. So I'm going to confirm it. It's confirming it again. The robots like to make sure. So mango lime. Oh, okay. So it's actually doing different flavor profile visuals, which is interesting because I want to see if it actually does different packaging for this. So it's creating the first mock-up now. And this is not the be-all, end-all sale. Like, you're not going to take this and then just slap it on Amazon or send it to your manufacturer and go with it. You want to then take this. This is going to get you 80% of the way there for a designer or anyone else like that to mock it up. So I'll create the first mock-up now. Please create it. What are you waiting for? So now it's running. I'm going to take this again. I'm going to run it into Midjourney, because Midjourney does, in my opinion, a little bit of a better job than ChatGPT or DALL-E for creating images. Nope, it actually did pretty good. Here's the mock-up for this. Take it, incorporate. So you can see here, so there's a new thing in here where you can select an image to edit and describe it in the chat. So we'll play with that in a second. But you could see you didn't know what this was going to look like before, and now you have an idea. Max creatine gummies, mixed berry, and then it gets a little bit fuzzy, like you had too much NyQuil and you're trying to stay up and read something. But you could see a general idea of what the package is going to look like. Now, you could say with ChatGPT, I can select different things inside here. Right, let's make this, hey, click over here, you. Make this smaller. It's not making it smaller. ChatGPT, what are you doing? There we go. So I can go over here and I could say, remove this. and I can highlight that, and I could say, remove this. So now I've selected in ChatGPT the space I want to edit, and then remove it. Now, the reason you want to do this, and I'll show you 2 different ways that you can do it. You can do it within ChatGPT, or you can do it within Canva, because you want to remove any of the things that don't make sense. This way, if you're showing it to see, it removed it, which is great. So it removed the mixed blah, 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 whatever it said. So now I can edit this again, and I can say, remove this. So maybe I don't want all that kind of nonsense writing. So I'll say, remove the text, but leave the white background. Because maybe I want to go and do a post edit a little bit further on this and put my own ingredient list on the back to see how that's going to look as a mock-up in something like Canva. So this is a good way for you to kind of clean up what ChatGPT kind of spit out. So did it do it? It didn't do it. It gave me an update, which looks a little bit better, to be quite honest with you. It looks better than what it did before. But you can also change, let's say, for example, you don't like mixed berry, right? Let's say we want to highlight the mixed berries, change these to only blueberries. I'm on a blueberry kick, so let's say only blueberries. So right now we're mixed berries, but maybe we want to only do a blueberry and see how that looks. So you can do these changes. Super simple. We're like less than 3 minutes into this, and we've created something that it's going to take a traditional kind of packaging design company a couple of days. Obviously, this isn't as polished as what they would do, but again, bootstrappiness, perfect. So we went from mixed berries to blueberries, and then I can say over here, change mixed berry to just blueberry. So you don't have to go back to your original prompt and give it a prompt again. ChatGPT allows you to kind of do these kind of Canva Magic Studio edits and changes, which helps. It helps in the iteration process and all that kind of stuff. So we'll hop out of this in a second. I just wanted to show you guys this, that you can very easily create a product. Ah, you didn't do it, you silly goose. Whatever. It's not perfect. We're all not perfect. What are you going to do? But coming into something like Perplexity to give you the valid information first, right? So another thing you could do in Perplexity is say, let's say I go to Amazon, for example, right? Let's pull up Amazon. Okay. And let's say I'm searching for protein powder. What you can do is you can take a screenshot of these products right here, right? Forget about for a second having to have them crawl the site. You can take a screenshot and just paste it in here. And you can say, these are my competitors for protein powder. How can I design one that is visually different, formulated better, and a more aggressive price point? Give me all the details, including selling price, landed price, and also a list of manufacturers within the US that I can source this from. Watch this. So I gave it the picture of Amazon, and I said, these are my competitors. Well, I want to make something better than this, and I want to know the selling price. I want to know the landed cost. I want to know all that kind of good stuff. So coming back over here, it's researching the differences, all this all this sourcing that's in here, right? So all this stuff is in here. Health, this is health.com, ThomasNet, all this kind of stuff, where most things like ChatGPT or individual agents is typically not, unless you give it the information. So color scheme, branding, formulation, Consider using high quality protein sources, additives, selling price. Here's a good one. So aim for a price point slightly lower than the average. If your competitors are selling at 20 to 34, price yours at this. Manufacturers in the US. Cool. So it's giving me a list of people where I can source this from. So it's not just giving me data and saying go and source it. I can tangibly take something like this and go and say, great, I want to source this, right? And you could go down the rabbit hole further with this and say, should I do a canister or a bag for the powder? My ICP is a male in his 20s to 30s with an income of 100K annually and loves mango. I don't know. I made something up here. Let's see what they say. Because it's important to know, right? Like if your competition, if you're coming up with a product, is on a canister, should you do a canister too because everyone else is doing it? Or does your specific ICP and customer more in line with something that's eco-friendly? Probably with certain demographics, it would, right? So coming down here, canisters, pros and cons, bags, pros and cons, recommendation. Given your target market of young, high-income males who value both aesthetics and sustainability, stand-up pouch bags might be a better option. They offer modern, sleek appearance and are more eco-friendly, which aligns with the trends for this ICP. So formula and flavor, I said mango. So they talked about mango pineapple, mango coconut. They break into the sales price and the manufacturers as well for this. So these are really good ways for you to be understanding how to create a product, right? Because it's not just, I want to create it. I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to go to like a Jungle Scout or Helium 10, and I'm going to see, okay, you know, Body Fortress is doing 10,000 units over the past 30 days. More than that, 45,000, right? According to Jungle Scout. So I'm just going to replicate something like this. Well, can you do it? Is it sustainable? Can you hit the proper pricing for the landed cost? Are you going to be able to beat the monster reviews that they have? Where are they failing, right? And a lot of people talk about ways that you can go ahead and take the customer reviews over here and download them, right? So I can download the reviews here in Jungle Scout. They're able to give just like a regular kind of analysis and just, you know, what do people like about the product? What do they not like about the product? How would you improve this product? So if you have this information paired with something like Perplexity or ChatGPT, well, they're reading all the reviews for you, 1,600 reviews here, right? So people don't like that digestive issues, misleading labeling, protein per serving, taste and texture, find it too sweet, artificial, or foul tasting. Okay, so how can you make it better? And I think Perplexity already hit on that with natural sweeteners, right? Without even pulling up this reviews aggregate, it was able to actually say that natural sweeteners, and I didn't even realize enhanced digestibility, right? So we can actually take this and go back to Perplexity, and let's say, come on, Perplexity. Don't let me down. I'm trying to promote you. Okay, cool. So I'm going to ask it a follow-up. Here are some of the ways to improve it based on competitor review analysis. What do you think? So you're able to take other data and kind of build on that. But you can literally build an entire product, soup to nuts, with Perplexity real-time data, taking that data, going to like a Midjourney or ChatGPT for DALL-E, getting the mock-ups, getting all that kind of stuff. So improved labeling. So current issues, improvements, clear labeling. How do we fix that? Transparency, break down the ingredients, certifications. Okay, so based on what Jungle Scout was saying on the reviews here, digestibility, right? So how do we improve that? This is just telling me that this is a problem. Address the concerns, but we don't know how to fix it. Well, here's how to fix it. Incorporate digestive enzymes like this. Probiotics help the digestibility. Clean ingredients help the digestibility. So you're taking the data from this on something like Jungle Scout, and you're going over here, and the AI is telling you. So refined flavor profiles. So reported taste artificial. So back to what it said before, natural sweeteners, flavor variety, taste testing, conduct rigorous taste testing, right? So these are important things. You don't have to go out there and guess on Amazon. You never want to guess. You always want to test. And that's where it comes back to PickFu, because testing before investing is just a smart thing to do, because this is your money, right? This is your money. This is your time. This is your effort. This is your energy. And you're trying to build something. So when it comes to PickFu, right, there's a lot of insights that you're able to get as well during this process of when you're looking to build a product. So when I do this here, let me pull this up here. Good old Google logging me out of stuff. Okay, cool. So what we would do here is, if I'm in PickFu, I want to open a poll builder. And what I want to do is get some insights on it, right, during my creation process. Even though AI is doing its thing, I want to get some additional insights. And even after AI has done its thing, I want to get some insights on that. So if I go over here, and let's say I want to do chocolate protein powder, okay? Because I only want to focus on chocolate. So here's the top 5 organic for protein powder. So I'm going to go here. Reason I'm going down here because I don't want these badges to sway people, because it happens. You get swayed by a badge. So now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Okay. And then I'm going to go back into PickFu, upload my screenshot. Okay. And we're going to run a click test. And it's important that we know our ICP and what we're trying to do, right? So that you actually get the insights from those specific people. So if you're shopping on Amazon for chocolate protein powder, now you want to say this, right? Because if you say protein powder, people are going to be like, I don't like chocolate. I'll just pick whatever. Chocolate protein powder. Which product would you rather buy? And then we're going to do a click test. We're going to have them click on which one they like. One click. Audience. We'll do 15 people. Just test here. Now, random or target, you want to do target, right? So we want to, this is where we build out our traits for our ICP. So right off the rip, you want to do Prime member because we're selling on Amazon. But let's say our ICP is men. So we want to do male, right? And then you would want to do supplement use, right? Every day, some days, no, never. You don't want to pick no, never, because they're just going to click on anything, but they're not your ICP. So yes, some days, yes, every day. So we'll pick yes every day. And then you could do further kind of drill downs for like frequency of exercise, age range, right? So maybe let's uncheck this, for example, and maybe we want to target 25 to 34-year-olds. And there's 90 plus traits, and we're adding more every single day. It's crazy. Coming down here, check out. This is the data that you're going to get from your specific ICP as to what they would prefer and why. So now when it comes down to this, they're going to say, okay, I like this one over here because it shows me the product outside. I like this one over here because it says 20 grams of protein. I like this one because it's showing it in a drink. Men, for the most part, probably won't click on the pink one because it looks like it's kind of geared towards women being pink. But it's 2024, pink's for everybody. So understanding that, right, this gives you more insights to see where people are clicking. And I talk about this ad nauseum for like, if this was your product, if you were Orgain, they're a monster in the space. If Orgain's sitting next to all these other guys, are they getting the click based on these images, or is the competition getting the click? That gives them data to then say, oh, 6-star, we're not showing the flavor profile outside the packaging. We're not showing the product outside the packaging. Pure protein, we're not showing the product flavor profile outside the packaging. They're showing it on, but this is a SERP. People shop on mobile. It's hard to see. So this is good insights on how you can pivot your main hero image compared to the guy sitting next to you. Now you'll notice that I didn't include the pricing down here because specifically we're not looking at pricing right now. We're looking at why you would click on this image based on the image and title itself. A secondary test would be, okay, now run it again based on pricing, see if that changes. Are people still resonating with a certain photo based on the photo and they don't really care because it's compelling? Or are people more aligned with a race to the bottom for pricing and they'll go with the cheaper one? So you don't want to put pricing on the first run of something like this because you really want to get tangible, actionable feedback on the packaging and if they're going to click. The secondary part of it is looking at pricing and seeing if you're able to compete. Because if you go to Amazon, right, there's a ton of protein powders out there, a ton. I think I did an example of a couple where I showed the back end of it. Hold on, I'm gonna open my Canva. I never know when I open up stuff live what you guys are gonna see. Who knows? Who knows what we're looking at? Is it this one? Hold on, let me take a look. I have so much Canva stuff. Some blood pastes. No, let's take a look at this one. This was just one that I did for a friend of mine that was saying that Ghost Energy does a good enough job with their images that they don't need to show flavor profiles. And I said, that's not true. What about now? Does this say pink lemonade better or does this say pink lemonade better? So he humbly agreed that something like this does help. This is not the photo that I'm looking for. That's just my podcast that you're on. Can't find it right now, but that's bothering me. Oh, is it this one? So Forza Gen. Oh, this is one that I did. It's not the one I'm looking for. But again, this is in the protein powder kind of area. All this stuff that's on here, if you're looking at it, is this. This is how it was originally. And I took it upon myself to say, well, I can make it a little bit better. It's not perfect, right? Like the up here should be drilled down a little bit lighter, so it's a little bit more subtle. But you see, I added this, I added this, I added the chocolate, I showed the product. And these kind of things help, right? So when you're looking at the Amazon SERP and you're in this kind of space, what can we do to help? And using something like PickFu helps you understand that. So it's a whole process, right? When you're creating a product on Amazon, it's hard. It's a hard business to launch a product on Amazon from scratch. It looks easy, but it's very, very difficult because there's so many variables. There's cost, there's advertising, you could have the most perfect product that's fully buttoned up, fully amazing, and if no one buys it, what happened? Oh man, I forgot to show the product on the outside. Oh, I forgot that we have to have more grams of protein than the competitor. Oh, we're not this cubic weight or per ounce or whatever it is. So doing all this beforehand always is best practice and always want to be testing. So you can see right away we're getting some PickFu data, right? And again, usually it's very, very snappy. When you start to drill down further, think of it like a pond. No, think of it like an ice cream cone. Think of it like a pond. The big parts at the top, and as you get all the way towards the bottom, there's less ice cream, which I think is the best part of the ice cream, the bottom part. But over here, right, you're going to notice that for men, oh, I just got $5 from my son. Great. Are you sponsoring this podcast? I'll take it. I won't turn down $5. You want to see exactly why, right? So we have over here 25 to 35-year-old men that are Amazon Prime subscribers, right? So it's a smaller pool than if I just did non-targeted or just anyone. So while that's running, I'll just show you an example of what that looks like as like a demo perspective, right? So imagine the protein powders being here instead of detangling brushes. So people will start to click and say, I like this, I like this, I like this, right? I love this example because this is 2 of them for half the price and no one's buying it because of the color. And I really hope these guys don't have like containers full of this brush, because if they would have done a PickFu beforehand, they would understand customers are looking for black and more professional and subdued kind of colors and not these crazy colors, even if the price is super aggressive. So these are things you want to take into account, right, with product creation, product development. And even with something like this, you could use AI, right? So now I could say, I could run a click test on PickFu and say, which one do I want to make better, right? Or which one do I want to sell? Well, it's clear people like this one and people like these two. And then I can go to these specific products and I can pull up the negative reviews aggregated through something like Jungle Scout, build that out into Perplexity and say, how do I fix that, right? And this is how AI is helping you build products. Where are the 25 to 34-year-old men Amazon Prime subscribers? Wake up, guys. We need to vote over here. But yeah, guys, that is how, and that's a very, high level, really kind of shallow dive into how to use AI tools in developing products on Amazon. Oh, we got some responses. So let's see here. Okay, so you see Orgain and Pure Protein. These guys aren't getting clicks. So Orgain, they're getting it because the visuals of the real chocolate next to the well-designed product container make it very appealing and convincing. I clicked on it because the chocolate shown by the bottle grabs my attention, and I like that protein powder is vegan. So both these examples are clicking here because they like the product being shown on the outside, right? So if I was someone that's like 6-star, or if I was someone that's like Pure Protein, that might be something that I want to do because competition is doing it and people are clicking. Now, Pure Protein, I'd rather buy that product because I recognize the brand and I like the high level of protein as well. Okay, cool. So now it comes down to brand, but also protein. So if you're developing a product in Perplexity or ChatGPT, it might not tell you. It'll tell you what it think it should do, right? But something like this is telling you, wait, 25 grams is better than 30 grams, better than 20 grams. Obviously, the higher the number, the better. But if you're seeing that that's important to your consumer in your ICP, that's what you want to address and fix. So you take something like this and go back to ChatGPT or Perplexity and say, well, hey, I want one that's 25 grams. Make mine 25 grams of protein based on the PickFu data over here. And then once you have that all buttoned up, you want to run it in PickFu again, but you want to run it in PickFu not as a click test. You want to run it in PickFu as more of an A/B test, right? A head-to-head. So something like this, right? You want to take that competitor that got all those clicks and you want to have your version come up of what you're looking to create. And then you're going to go here and put the competitor and put you. And then see if you're getting more clicks versus the competitor. I'm sorry, see if you're getting more votes versus the competitor as a head-to-head. Because then if you're winning on something like this, it's more proof, it's more data that you're getting to make an accurate, good guess, decision, investment, whatever you want to call it, with launching your brand on Amazon. So there's a lot of good stuff. We're getting some more stuff. We still got some more people talking here, but I'm not going to waste your time with that, guys. A little bit of a short episode today. I got one more response. I'm sorry. I have a little ADHD, OCD. I want to see. I watch these things like hawks. Ooh, we got another one for Pure Protein. Why? So I'd rather buy this product mainly because it's offering a really interesting and appealing presentation that allows the public to read the information in a quick way and attracts the public due to a small preview of how the product looks, making it craveable. Okay, so they would like more information and they liked seeing the finished good over here. So again, if I was 6-star, if I was Nature's Bounty, I want to show the flavor profile outside and maybe a glass behind it to show the finished good. This is the data that these guys need to optimize their main hero images before they test to test before they invest. I almost said before they invest to test. A lot of slogans over here. But guys, that is what we got this week for you. I hope it was interesting. I have AI on the brain. Next week, we have Ali from Trellis as a guest on board with us. Talk about a lot of cool stuff. We're talking about some testing your ad creatives. Is that brand ad going to be clickable? Are you better to be, top of search one? If you're already organic number one, is your sponsored display ad resonating on your competitor's PDP enough to kind of get the click away and steal some market share? We're going to talk about all PPC next week. So it's going to be a fun, good one for sure. We have meetings back to back today. It's a meeting back to back Thursday. I have my Red Bull, double-fisted Red Bull on the desk. And that is it, guys. So if you like this, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing this every week. We're getting better and better each week. Share it with your friends. Make sure to come in next time. drop your ASIN. We'll take a look at it. We'll do some polls for you. Polls cost money. They're still aggressively priced, but free is free, and happy to do it for you guys. So again, tune in next week, Thursday at noon Eastern time. And also next week, where am I? I have a lot of things going on. Oh, next week, if you're in the New York City area or tri-state area, Prosper Plus. I will be at Prosper Plus for the 6th, and we're running an event afterwards as well. No, I'm sorry. We're participating in an event afterwards. So that's interesting to you, and you're in the area, and you want to stop by, send me an email, drop a comment, drop a like, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Facebook, follow us on MySpace. There's my email right there. Follow us on MySpace. If you could find our MySpace profile, you get free PickFu credits for life. Spoiler, we don't have one. But that is it for us, guys. We will see you next week for more testing before you invest, because it's what the cool kids do.